Yeah, introduction to fluid power systems. System is any arrangement of parts for which we are having a input. There will be some change in the input and we are having the output. Then a power system means you are giving the input power and on the other side you are having the output power, and in between you are having some change. For example, you can say it is a gearbox. You are giving some speed and torque as the input, and output will be some other torque and speed. So that is a simple example of a power system. So we will be studying in more detail about the fluid power system. So we are having the three basic types of the power systems. One is mechanical, other one is electrical, and the third one is the fluid power system. That is what we will be discussing in more detail. So mechanical power system means they are mainly using mechanical elements to transmit and transfer the power. So examples can be gear trains, it can be belt and pulleys, chain and sprocket, it can be cam. So by using mechanical elements we are changing the power of one type and into another form. Even a crane which is lifting a load can also be a mechanical power system, where you are using the rotary motion maybe of a diesel engine to linear motion at the end of the hook by using a series of pulleys and ropes. Next type of power system is the electrical power system, where we are generating electrical power and we are supplying the electrical power to a system, and at the output we are usually getting a rotary motion, or we can get a linear motion. So if you say electrical motor, then if you are supplying electrical power, the shaft of the motor is going to rotate and you are having the rotary motion. And by again using certain mechanical elements, it is possible to convert the rotary motion into a linear motion. If you are having a solenoid, then if you are supplying the electrical power to it, you can have a linear motion. Then there are something called as linear electrical motors, which can straight away give the linear motion without having to do any kind of conversion, but because of their high cost, it is usage is slightly on a restricted side. So electrical power systems can give both linear as well as the rotary motion. Mechanical power systems can give mainly the rotary motion, and you have to do some kind of conversion to get the linear motion. Electrical systems can give rotary motion predominantly. Linear motion you can get by using a solenoid, but the movement you are going to get is very limited. The third one is the fluid power systems. Here we are using the fluid and we are transferring the power from the input side to the output side. So the fluid can be of two types, and accordingly the classification is hydraulic power systems and pneumatic power systems. In hydraulic power systems, you are using a liquid as a medium of transferring the power. Then you are having the pneumatic power system, which uses compressed air. So again, the classification of hydraulics can be hydrodynamic, the other one is hydrostatic. So in our hydrodynamic, we say that the power transfer takes place because of the high velocity of the fluid. The example can be your hydraulic turbine. That can be the example. You are having a nozzle, through the nozzle you are getting a high velocity jet which is impacting on the vanes of the turbine and which is causing the rotation. In hydrostatic, we will say that the velocity of the fluid is very negligible or very less, but the pressure contained in the fluid is very, very high. So here if you are taking the Bernoulli's equation and we are breaking it down, the pressure head will be very, very high as compared to the other two heads, that is the datum head and also the velocity head. In case of the hydrodynamic systems, the pressure head will be very less, whereas the velocity head will be the very significant component of the energy of the fluid. So all these power systems are transferring power from the generation side to the consumption side by using different elements depending on the kind of system we are having. So generally if you are taking any system, it will not be having only one type, it will be having a combination of all these types of systems to get the required kind of work output. Each is having its own advantages and its own limitations. So this is the general configuration of any power system, or if you want to say about the fluid power system, it is how it will look. So you are having on the input side, you are having the prime mover and the pump. Prime mover can be an engine or it may be electrical motor which is connected to the pump. In the pump you are having certain elements which are rotating or which are moving, creating the flow, then which means we are transferring the energy to the fluid, and we are taking some lines, transmission lines, which are nothing but some pipes which will carry this fluid, and it is going into the actuator. In the actuator, the energy of the fluid is converted into mechanical work. So if you take the example of the electrical system, you are having the current which is the input. We are taking the lines and we are connecting it to the motor will rotate, we are getting the output. So in case of the fluid power system, the transmission lines are nothing but the pipes which are carrying the hydraulic fluid, and we are connecting it to the actuators, cylinders, so they are going to see the movement. So if you have seen the JCB, there are lot of pipes connected to its body. So these pipes will be carrying the hydraulic fluid. When the fluid enters into the cylinder is going to expand because of the hydraulic pressure. So this is the basic structure of the fluid power system.